Have you ever found yourself staring at your reflection, not with pride, but with a quiet, nagging sense that you are simply not enough? We spend our entire lives seeking validation in the eyes of others. We chase the approval of parents who may never be satisfied, the affection of partners who may never truly see us, and the applause of a crowd that will move on the moment the spotlight dims. We pour from an empty cup, wondering why we feel so drained, so unseen. But what if the love you've been searching for your whole life has been waiting for you all along? What if the greatest love story you will ever live is not with another person, but with yourself? Today, we embark on a journey to the most important relationship you will ever have. Today, we learn to love ourselves more than anyone else. The first step on this path is to understand that your worth is not a negotiation. For too long, you have handed the pen to others, allowing them to write your value. A rejection letter from a job becomes a statement about your intelligence. A text left on read becomes a verdict on your lovability. You must realize that your worth is not a variable to be calculated by the world. It is an absolute, a fixed star in your personal universe. It is non-negotiable. It is not based on your productivity, your relationship status, or the reflection in a mirror after a bad day. It is based on the simple, unshakable fact that you exist. You are a unique consciousness in an infinite universe. That, in itself, is a miracle. When you stop negotiating your worth, you stop giving away your power. Next, you must learn to build an internal validation system. Imagine for a moment that you are a sovereign nation. For years, you have allowed foreign powers to dictate your economy, your laws, and your happiness. To love yourself, you must reclaim your borders. This means learning to approve of yourself. It means taking a moment at the end of the day not to scroll through social media for validation, but to sit quietly and acknowledge your own efforts. You show up for yourself. You become the parent you never had, the friend you always needed. When you do something well, you don't wait for a gold star, you give yourself one. When you stumble, you don't bring the whip of self-criticism, you bring the gentle hand of a mentor who says, "Get up." We learn. We move. This leads us to the third lesson: set boundaries, or no one will. Loving yourself is not all soft music and bubble baths. It is one of the most aggressive acts of self-preservation you can perform. To love yourself is to build a fortress around your peace. It is to look at someone who drains your energy, disrespects your time, or belittles your dreams, and say, "No further." It is walking away from conversations designed to make you small. It is ending relationships that feel more like a weight than a wing. Boundaries are not walls to keep people out, they are the gates that protect your soul. Every time you say no to something that dims your light, you are saying a resounding yes to yourself. Fourth, you must forgive the person in the mirror. This is often the hardest part. We carry around photo albums of our past mistakes, flipping through them in the quiet hours of the night. That embarrassing moment from high school. The relationship you ruined. The chances you didn't take. The child you once were, the person you were 5 years ago, they were doing their best with what they knew. To love yourself is to look at that version of you, not with contempt, but with compassion. It is to say, "I release you. I forgive you. You are allowed to heal." Carrying the weight of who you used to be will only cripple who you are becoming. Drop the weight. Fifth, you must cultivate a life you don't need to escape from. If you dread your own company, if silence feels like an enemy, then you haven't yet learned to love who you are when no one is watching. Start small. Take yourself on a date. Go to a movie alone. Cook a meal that you love. Learn a new skill just for the joy of it. Build a life that feels like a sanctuary, not a prison. When you fill your world with your own passions, your own curiosities, and your own peace, you become a magnet for the right kind of energy. You are no longer waiting for someone to save you from your boredom or your sadness, you are too busy living a life you are in love with. Finally, remember that self-love is a practice, not a destination. There will be days when you feel invincible, and days when the old doubts creep back in. This is not a sign of failure, it is a sign of being human. On those hard days, you simply begin again. You look in the mirror, you meet your own tired eyes, and you whisper, "I am still here. I am still worthy. And I will not abandon you." So, starting today, make a vow. A vow to be the one who never leaves you. The one who champions you when the world is silent. The one who catches you when you fall. The love you seek is seeking you. Turn around and embrace it. Because a life lived loving yourself first is not a life of selfishness, it is a life of such profound fullness that your love inevitably overflows onto everyone else. You become a fountain, not a drain. Go out there and be the love of your own life. Thank you for watching. If this message resonated with you, please take a moment to like and subscribe to join our community of people choosing strength and self-worth. Remember, you are your own forever home. Until next time, stay grounded, stay worthy, and stay unstoppable.